Why does it look terrible? Nikki, help me! Right now, I feel like this is way too much product on my face. I literally can't talk right now. Yeah. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing well today. For today's video, as you guys can tell by the title, we are doing yet another testing TikTok beauty hacks. These are just some viral hacks that I have seen to do with makeup, beauty, hair, any kind of thing like that I've seen on TikTok. And in this video, we're just gonna be trying them out, testing them out, and see if they are worth the hype. I've done a video just like this last week and you guys seem to love it, so I thought I would do another one. So I hope you guys enjoy this one as well. If you guys are brand new here and you guys haven't seen my face before, hi, I'm Roxy, welcome to my channel. If you guys want to stick around, make sure you guys subscribe down below. Also, if you guys want to follow me on my TikTok or Instagram, they're both at Roxxsaurus. I've been posting some really fun Disney princess transformations recently, so make sure you guys check them out. But anyways, I guess without further ado, let's get on into the video. Alright guys, so the very first TikTok I'm going to be recreating is essentially a base kind of makeup hack. I've seen this TikTok right here by a user called Gabrielle, and honestly, she is so stunning, can I just say? The reason why this caught my eye is because she did her base like all in one. So she's done her contour, her concealer, and her foundation all in one, and she just applies it in such a cool way. Honestly, I would never ever think to do my base and makeup like this because I usually do it step by step, whereas she did it all in one go. So I guess I'm just gonna try it this way and hopefully it'll look okay, we'll see, or it could just completely end up in one muddy mess. Okay, so the first thing she did is she applied her foundation. So I'm going to be taking my go-to foundation right now, which is the Shiseido foundation. I really love this. And I'm just going to be using my rockstax Revolution All You Need brush set, and I'm just going to apply it the same way she did. She kind of applied it in a very irregular way, so she just literally went like this. Can you even see that? I mean, it's a pretty good match, so you probably won't be able to see it. She then went up to her forehead and just did two little lines like this. Okay, so she then added her contour to her cheekbones, just underneath where she placed the foundation. I'm just gonna go ahead and do that as well. She also applied it to her jawline just here. Now, I'm not sure why she did this, but she applied a little bit just in the center here. Then she applied a little bit here, a little bit here. And then, of course, she also applied it all down the sides of her nose. And she also dragged it up into her, like, brow bone area as well. Alright, so once she finished the contour, she then went into the lightest shade, which was her concealer, and then she basically filled in the rest of the face. So she literally applied it underneath her eyes like this. I have to say, I've never ever applied my concealer in this way, but I feel like it actually might have quite a lifting effect to the face because of the way it's drawn. She then kind of applied it in like a V sort of shape to her forehead, and then she joined it onto her nose sort of highlight as well. So I'm just gonna drag it all the way down my nose. I must admit though, this is a lot of concealer. I would never ever think to put this much concealer on my face because, especially if you're like me, you have dry skin, it's just not a good combo. And then she also applied it right here just below where she did the contour, and she kind of did it in the same shape like that. And lastly, she just put a little dot of it on her chin as well. And honestly, that is basically what she did to her face in terms of contouring, highlighting, and foundation. Genuinely, right now, I feel like this is way too much product on my face. I really don't think I need this much. It's probably gonna end up looking cakey, but let's blend it out and hopefully it'll look okay. All right, so watching back the TikTok, she doesn't actually specify whether she used a beauty blender or a brush to blend all of this mess out. So I'm just gonna opt for a brush because I feel like it's a little bit more precise and it's less chances of it going everywhere. By the way, I'm gonna be using the same brush that I used in my previous TikTok hacks video, and actually this is a funny story. A lot of you guys were commenting about how the tip of this brush is already blue, and you guys were saying, oh, I bet she did one of the hacks off camera before she actually filmed the video. I really didn't. If you guys want to find out what I'm talking about, watch the video in the eye, but the fibers of this brush are already blue, like they actually come like that. So no, I didn't do the hack off camera before I filmed. This is just how the brush is. I just want to point that out there. Anyways, I guess let's just blend all of this together. So I'm just gonna try and blend everything out and kind of try and keep the shape of where I've sort of placed everything. I don't want to like just simply blend it away. So I'm kind of just going to focus on blending the lightest points first to obviously not contaminate those colors. The last thing I want is for all of this to blend out and just look really muddy and almost like one color, if you know what I mean. I feel like this is already kind of starting to set, which is not good news for me. Oh my God, that is so much concealer. My face is literally a different shade. Okay, I feel like I need more of my foundation up in this because this concealer is just so overpowering right now. I might just have to go in with either some more foundation or some more bronzer because this ain't a look, okay? This is just not a look. I don't know how she made it look so flawless. It just looks so cakey on me. I'm getting flashback Mary vibes from this, in all honesty. Okay, please no one screenshot this and share it around because this is not how I do my foundation usually, okay? I feel like I just applied all that product for nothing. Like it really didn't do anything for my face. I don't feel like my face is more lifted than if I had just applied, you know, my regular foundation and concealer routine. I mean, it's definitely more full coverage. I will give you that because I did literally just slather like so much concealer all over my face. All right, guys, this is my finished base. I've just set it in some areas such as my smile lines, my forehead, that kind of jazz. And honestly, in general, I feel like my makeup has never looked more crusty dusty before. I feel like it's just the amount of product I applied. It really just does not work for my skin. I really do believe that less is more 100%. I feel like you don't need to apply that much product to your face because in the end, it's just gonna make it look worse. I mean, it could always be down to the products that I personally use. They might have been too heavy or something, but honestly, I think I'm just gonna stick to the way that I usually do my base. But I mean, it definitely worked for her. She looked absolutely amazing in the TikTok. All right, guys, this next beauty hack that I found on TikTok that has gone absolutely viral is by the queen herself, Nikki Tutorials. I mean, I'm sure you've heard of her once or twice, but basically this TikTok is all about contouring your nose in a quick way, but it's very effective. I mean, she looked amazing. So what Nikki is saying to do in order to contour your nose absolutely foolproof is to actually just get a bronzer or contour shade on a big fluffy brush like this. So for this, I'm using my ROXXI Revolution contour palette, of course, and I'm just taking it on a big fluffy brush like this from my brush set. And then what she does is she literally just takes the bronzer or contour powder and she covers her whole nose with it. All right, here I go. I'm just literally gonna apply the bronzer on the bridge of my nose like this. Honestly, I can't lie, this feels like a sin. Like I literally shouldn't be doing this right now. Okay, are we ready? Okay, that looks terrible, like actually terrible. But we're gonna go with it. We're gonna trust the queen, okay? We're gonna trust Nikki. Now the next step Nikki says to do is to take a dry beauty blender and some powder. Then basically just pick up some of that powder on the beauty blender. And then just pretty much carve out your nose on the sides. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. In the TikTok, she says that the more narrow you go, the more snatched your nose is gonna look. So I'm gonna try and go quite small. And I'm just gonna do the other side in the same way. I'm gonna trust the process, but so far it's not looking good. And then to finish it off, she basically goes on top of the nose bridge as well. So now I'm just going back in with my big brush and I'm just gonna blend and blend and blend and hope for the best. I don't know why, but it's not looking so great for me. I'm gonna go in once again with the powder just to kind of get cleaner edges here and there. Surely now it's gonna work. Once it's like this, she literally just says to blend it all together, but for some reason, it's just not really doing much for me. I just feel like my nose is getting drier and drier and drier. That does not look right, I'm sorry. Okay, honestly, I don't think I can salvage this with powder alone, so I'm just gonna go in with some highlighter and try and fix this mess. I'm just gonna try and highlight my nose where I usually would and hopefully trying to just get rid of some of the brown because it is quite overpowering. I think I've just made it worse. It looks like I have a bruise on my nose, doesn't it? Okay, I'm gonna go back in over it with some foundation to kind of try and dilute it because this just ain't working for me, you guys. Why does it look terrible? Nikki, help me. Honestly, I don't know what I did wrong. Like, genuinely, I have no clue, but now I feel like I've got such an ashy nose. I'm just gonna try and go over this with my foundation. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and say that hack was not made for my nose for some reason, so I'm just gonna contour in the usual way that I usually would. Honestly, I don't really know what's happening. I really thought these hacks would work. Maybe it's just my face, who knows? All right, guys, the next hack I'm gonna test out is by a user called Carla Kazemi, and basically she claims to have the perfect technique down in order to get creaseless concealer under your eyes. I don't know why, but my under eye and just my face in general, I have a lot of expressions. I do a lot of like eyebrow raising, all that kind of stuff, so I always get the worst creases. So in this TikTok, what she's saying to do first is to apply your concealer first and let that sit under your eyes without setting it or doing anything for about 30 seconds to a minute. I'm just gonna apply under my eye as I usually would. Just so you guys know, my left eye might look a little more like cakey because I've actually had an allergic reaction under my eye, so it's a little bit dry right now. So once she's let that sit for a little while, she then takes a brush and a setting spray, and she basically just spritz some of that setting spray onto the brush before dipping into her foundation with the same brush. So she just kind of pats it and rubs it underneath like so. And then right at the end, she takes some powder on her finger. I'm just using this Revolution one. You could use a loose one if you wanted. And then she basically just sets her under eye with her finger. I've never ever tried applying powder under my eyes with my fingers. Like, honestly, that's just a foreign concept to me. I guess you're like really getting in there and you're really patting it in. Okay, so that is my under eye all finished. What do we think? I mean, right now it's looking pretty flawless if I say so myself, but I mean in a few seconds it might start creasing up, so I guess we will see. Okay, it's been about a minute and I actually have to say it's staying pretty creaseless. Considering we've applied concealer and foundation and powder all under there, it's looking pretty good. I would say this hack has actually worked. I mean, it's not completely creaseless. I feel like that's literally impossible, but it is definitely way less creasy than it usually is. Carla, you are onto something here. You have done a good deed for humanity. All right, this next hack I'm really excited to try. I've never ever tried this before, but I think it's actually quite genius because this will literally save anyone with hooded eyes. If you're a hooded eye queen out there, honestly, don't think that you can't wear eyeliner. I know it's a little bit more tricky to get it right, but if this works, your literal prayers will be answered. So basically this one is from a TikTok account called Beauty Hacks, and what they are saying to do for hooded eyes is actually create something called batwing eyeliner. It's basically an eyeliner technique that makes the wing, rather than come out straight down like that, it kind of goes across and then down at a right angle. In my opinion, I'm not the biggest fan of how it looks when your eyes are closed or looking down. However, when you're looking straight, it literally looks like you've got regular eyeliner on. So we're gonna test that. I mean, my hooded eyes are hooded for sure, especially when I relax my brows. You can kind of see the skin overlapping and kind of dragging down. So I feel like I would definitely get away with doing this technique and showing you guys how it works, but I'm not saying that my hooded eyes are the worst by any means. So for this, I'm using my ROXXsaurus Revolution Ultra Precise eyeliner, and I'm just going to create my first line. So I've just created the first line to kind of, you know, get the shape. And then the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go straight across over my hooded lid. As you guys can see, that wing is perfectly straight when I look forwards. However, when I look down, you can kind of see that shape go a little bit wonky. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna kind of connect the dots and fill it in. All right, so now that my eyeliner is finished, it's a little bit thicker so you guys can see it properly. But basically when I look straight, you can see that my eyeliner is nice and straight. However, when I look down, you can see that I've got this slight little wiggle in the line, so it's not perfectly straight. It kind of has like a little hump to it. That little hump, ladies and gentlemen, is what allows your eyeliner to be seen when you've got hooded eyes. You want to keep the eyeliner really thin at the base of the lash line, but when it gets to this area, this is where your skin kind of folds over. You want to make it a little bit thicker. I'm gonna do my eyeliner the same width on this eye without doing the technique so you guys can see the difference between the two. So if you guys look at the difference difference between the two eyes. This one looks nice and straight. This one looks all wiggly and messed up because of the fold in my skin. I would say the batwing definitely wins. This one is such a good hack, especially for hooded eyes. I literally can't believe I've never tried this before. All right, guys, the next hack that I have to try out is another one for your eyeliner. This time though, it's for your inner corner eyeliner. I don't know about you guys, but I personally really struggle with getting that really nice, precise, like pointed cat liner, if you know what I mean. So this hack supposedly makes it a little bit easier by pulling your skin in your inner eye kind of taut. I don't think this would be a good thing to do in the long run, but basically in the TikTok, what they do is they use a hair grip and they literally just stick it on right here and then they let go of it. Well, that didn't work. They put the pin and then they just pinch the skin. But it's not working for me. How is she making her hair grip stay there? Because mine just doesn't want to stay. I think the bridge of my nose is quite flat, so maybe that's why. But yeah, the bobby pin is just not staying. I'm gonna have to give this one a thumbs down already. All right, guys, now the very last hack for today's video is kind of silly, kind of stupid. In all honesty, a little bit wasteful and a little bit useless and time consuming. So actually, technically, I don't really know why I'm doing this. I just thought it was a bit silly and a bit of fun to try at the end of this video. I don't think this is a legit hack and most of the comments underneath this TikTok will agree. This TikTok is again by the account Beauty Hacks. What they're saying to do is to use clear sellotape, tape it around your mouth, apply your lipstick, and then pull it away to get a clean line. I swear this TikTok is literally just for attention or clickbait or whatever you want to call it, because I don't think anyone would actually physically do this. There's so many better ways to clean up an edge of your lipstick. You could use a concealer, you could use a wipe, a Q-tip, anything but sellotape, come on. Either way, I'm gonna do it because why not? I've got my sellotape here. I'm just gonna tape this around my mouth. Hopefully I won't rip off my stash too much. Okay, first up, I'm gonna stick the first bit on. Okay, it's not actually sticking to my lips because I've got foundation on, so this is a bust. Okay, the thing is, it just won't stick to my foundation, so I'm just gonna remove my foundation around my lips and hopefully then it will actually have something to stick to. All right, round two, let's try it one more time. I literally can't talk right now. This is how much I can open my lips. Well, I mean, I have so many questions. I don't understand what I was expecting with this one. It looks terrible. Like, I could have done a way better job just freehand. So as suspected, I'm just gonna have to fix this freehand. I wasn't expecting this to work. I completely knew this was gonna be a gimmick, but to be honest, I didn't think it would be this bad. Like, that whole area is just so bad. I'm giving that hack an absolute thumbs down. That is such a waste of tape and it does not work, so don't do it. All right, guys, so that is the end of today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed seeing me test out these viral TikTok beauty hacks. I would say a lot of them in this video were an absolute disaster. I would say the hacks in my previous video that I filmed a week ago were way more successful than this one. I feel like this one compared was a bit of a fail of a video. I'm really gutted that most of these hacks didn't really work, especially the foundation one, the contouring one. I don't know why they didn't work for me. If I've done anything wrong, let me know in the comments, because I feel like I followed every single TikTok step by step. But I do have to say, I am actually very pleased with the eyeliner hack as well as the creaseless concealer hack. I feel like that worked really well. Let me know if you guys would like to see any more videos like this and what beauty hacks I should try out next. Thank you guys so much for being here and watching this video, and hopefully I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye! Mwah.